The following content is not meant for children. Hello, and welcome back. I am Maester Aelix, and this is The Outer Worlds. And we are right back where we left off, right near where we left off here, in the geothermal plant. I have gone to the workbench, I've spruced up things, I have added some sights and stuff to all my weapons, making everything a whole lot better. And upgraded myself to a better set of armor, put some stuff in that. All in all, it was a happy time at the workbench. So, now that we're moving quickly again, we can once more attempt to do some good. And right now, I have every desire to leave this place. And, head over to the people who left the corporate town and hand over that engineering thing. Yes, that's the one. Go. Alright, and we're back. Here's that guy.
Any luck finding one of those manuals?
Today's your lucky day, Thomas. I got you all of the data pads you wanted.
No kidding. Really? Well, which one?
Actually, Part 1, found it in the community archives.
Look at that. Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years.
Yep.
I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special, on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me.
Excellent. Hold on, I've got more for you.
Don't keep me in suspense.
I got the second one as well. Found it at the cannery.
Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment.
Oh, hold on, I've got more for you.
Well, don't keep me in suspense.
And the elusive Part 3. Somebody stashed it inside the old geothermal plant.
The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals.
It was.
It's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati, I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
Well, thank you. Electrocharged surface. Nice. And I could use a workbench right now, but we'll do that later. Now, let's see. Now comes the power. Let's see, you've delivered read message, but Adelaide refused to return to Edgewater. Head to the geothermal plant and redirect the power. Adelaide proposed you divert the geothermal plants to the botanical lab, depriving Edgewater of power. And Edgewater suggests that we, let's see. Divert it to Edgewater, so I can, get their power. So now it's the moment of decision, and I really must make one. Okay. And I really haven't decided. This is kind of tough. We'll see. We'll see when we get there. I'll make my decision soon. Alright. Well then. Power plant status. Structural damage detected. Please notify your designer supervisor. Gathering at 22% thing. Alright. Redirect power. Master control terminal. Warning. Safety failures detected. Likelihood of moderate to severe structural damage. Redirecting power is irreversible procedure. All 3 electrical track switches. Okay. So apparently I need to... Oh. Find all 3 switches. I thought I had already done that. Apparently not. Just run over here. Oh, up there. Okay. What? An unlooted mechanical. That's not wise. Nice. Okay, gotta get up. That's up here. Yeah, ruh. There we go. I gotten some before. That explains it. Okay. Up we go. There we go. Now we can do this.
Once we do this, then... Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
I wouldn't mind hearing your opinion.
I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
All right. I see your point. I'm ready to make my decision.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
No, I appreciate it. I'm glad you did. I like hearing from you.
Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
All right. All right, I'm ready to do this. Continue. We're going to redirect power to Edgewater. Mash power regulator, botanical library. All right. Away we go. Gonna head back to the botanical lab to get their power converter and finally get out of here. I'm sorry, deserters, but okay. Let's see, what's the map say? Retrieve the power regulator. Convince the deserters to return. I think I can do both at the same place. Okay. Everything's, low power and all that. Let's try to set ourselves to convince people first. Adelaide.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it?
Man, this isn't personal, Adelaide. I need your power regulator. It's so crass, but it's accurate. Reed needs his people back.
You want my flock wasting their lives in that cannery? Fine. Go and talk to them. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility.
Okay.
And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management.
I'm willing to deal with Reed for you.
You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together.
Alright. What happened to you, Adelaide? This anger has come from somewhere.
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
That is. Reed isn't going to just leave his position. I'll need some help convincing him.
Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth.
Excellent.
The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients.
I'm kind of glad I didn't help you. You think that'll help Reed step down?
I have got a means to cure the plague, and I will not share that cure until Reed leaves town. Those are my terms.
Alright. That's enough. Wow, that's kind of disgusting and disturbing, and I don't like it a whole lot, but okay.
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead.
You won't survive without power. It's time to head back to Edgewater.
I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery. I can't do that again.
So don't work at the cannery. You wanted to be an engineer.
You know something? I think you're right. The town could use another engineer, and I'm on my way to becoming one. I could do a lot of good in Edgewater. Maybe even keep a garage of my own with a little workbench and my very own toolbox. It's just... Adelaide's never gonna forgive me. Not in 100 years. I go crawling back to my old life in Edgewater, and I'm as good as dead to her.
Stay put. I'm gonna try to talk Reed into stepping down.
You know where to find me.
Okay. Right. I'll go. You know what? Let's go talk to Reed first and then convince the others. That sounds like a plan to me. Okay. Back to the cannery. Talk to Thompson. See what we can do. I think he'll, attempt to listen to reason, maybe. It's Spacer's choice. I like this elevator music. It's surprisingly pleasant.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water.
Yes, it does.
I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts?
Well, let's see. I delivered your message, but I haven't convinced Adelaide to come back. Actually, she won't come back as long as you're here.
Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes, but I have done my best for this town.
The town's terrified of plague. Abernathy asked me to steal medicine for him. No. Town's a mess. A change of leadership might be what this town needs.
I am a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home.
Alright, Adelaide's people aren't getting sick with the plague.
I don't believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best treatment is a good work ethic.
If the town doesn't eat anything but Saltuna, of course you're going to get sick. Have your people ever eaten an actual vegetable?
The very notion is just grotesque. A raw vegetable? Why don't you just ask me to go chew the bark off of a tree? We are a Spacer's Choice Saltuna cannery. We eat Saltuna here, and only Saltuna.
I'm pretty sure that's the food that's making you sick. You need Adelaide's garden.
I don't understand. You say Adelaide's growing her own food, but that should not be possible. The soil's gone sour. Company said as much. Our own botanists couldn't grow decent crops for us, so the company got rid of them and shut down the greenhouse.
Adelaide's found a way to grow food. She'll come back if you step down.
You will excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil?
Look, Reed, all I know is that it involves some really complicated math, and it works.
If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way.
Excellent.
My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me.
Excellent. Take care. Now, let's see if we can get back to the geothermal plant. Nope, not yet. Back down.
I think you did the rightest thing you could sending the power back to Edgewater. A lot of people would have suffered otherwise. People I care for. Even if they ain't care much for me.
Well, that's good to hear. Thomas seems very fond of you.
He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing. Like a puppy, kinda.
Alright. I've not lately seen a man with a bigger, more obvious crush.
I'm just glad he's alive. That he's okay. I mean, when Mr. Thompson said he was fired, we all expected the worst.
Alright, well, let's go back to the geothermal plant and see what we can do to convince everyone to come back. Oh. Alright.
Sorry. I'm just trying to figure out what to do is all.
Okay. Well, I should go then. Hello.
Look at that. The snake's come back.
Yep. We talked Reed into leaving. Come back to Edgewater.
I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward.
Well, Edgewater's better off with you running the place.
You're telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? Stranger, you are some kind of twisted. I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
Take care. Well, Seems like everything's pretty much settled other than getting our power regulator. So let's go get that and head out of here. Let's see, where did that go? Oh, it's down there. Ah. I was so close, yet so far. Excuse me, pardon me. Marvelous. Well, I think it's time to return back to the ship. Get that power regulator installed. I'm very excited. Very.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling.
I can understand wanting to go back. You didn't seem happy in Edgewater.
Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
I'll be glad to help you. I'll be glad to have you along. Pick a cabin. It's yours.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
Excellent. I'm very happy. And with that being done, here's where I'll say thank you all for joining me. I really hope you're enjoying this series as much as I'm enjoying making it for all of you. If you do, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, and all that wonderful stuff that helps YouTube think I'm good. And with that said, I shall see you all next time.